Looking forward to seeing you all at Corvette and Carlisle next week. And let's hop into some questions about the C8 Mid Engine Corvette. And before I do that, definitely smash that subscribe button. Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Seagull Speed 252. And as you all know, with the C8 Mid Engine Corvette being out, there's tons of questions out there. I mean, we can go on and on about how many questions that people would like answers to. And as you all know, I did go to the C8 Mid Engine Corvette unveiling, as that was last month, and actually seen the car in person again. So I've seen the car in person about 2 or 3 times now. And I'm getting lots of email, lots of questions about their concerns about the C8 Mid Engine Corvette. I would like to go ahead and make this video and answer some of the questions that I've received in an email. Now, I'm not going to be able to get to all the questions, but I will continue to make videos with some of the questions that you all have asked me throughout this time as I've seen the C8 Mid Engine Corvette in person. Here's a very popular question I get asked a lot. How much does the C8 Corvette weigh? Now, there's been numerous sources that have been saying different things about how much the C8 Mid Engine Corvette weigh. From everything that I have seen, I've heard the C8 Mid Engine Corvette weighs 3,328 pounds up to 3,600 pounds. Now, that's give or take. I will say that the C7 Grand Sport that I currently drive weighs 3,428 pounds. I do know the weight is a big factor for some of you all who actually get out and track your cars on a regular basis. I do track my cars probably about 5 times a year, but not enough to really care about the weight in my personal opinion. But I know that a lot of you would like to have that question answered. So the next question is a big question I get asked a lot. I mean, it was one of the questions that get talked about. Can someone 6'4" fit inside of the C8 Corvette? I have personally seen guys anywhere from 6'2" to 6'4" fit comfortable inside the C8. Now, I'm going to admit I am 6'2". When I sit inside the C8 Mid Engine Corvette, I have had more space in that car than I do on my current C7. I know the C7 is what's held a lot of people back from buying it because they wasn't able to fit inside of that car. Now, I can't per se say anything about guys that are 6'5" and 6'6". I wasn't even around any of those guys at the time who was that height to see if they was able to fit inside of the car. If you are 6'5" and 6'6" and sat inside the C8 Mid Engine Corvette, please leave your comments down below so that way other people can know whether or not they will possibly have a chance to fit inside a C8 Corvette. So the next question I get asked is it free to subscribe to my YouTube channel? And absolutely, yes it is. All you have to do is follow this guide right here and it will show you how to join the Seagull Speed 252 community, and I would love to have you. I've got this question a few times. With the C8 Mid Engine Corvette being so popular, will it hold its value? Honestly, that's not a question I can truly answer, but I am not concerned about appreciation. Why? Because I actually am a person of cars. Like, I love cars because they're great machines to drive. They're man-made, machine-made, whatever you want to call it. And I enjoy just being behind the wheel of a great car, no matter what kind of car it is. Now, will the C8 Mid Engine Corvette hold its value compared to like McLarens and Lamborghinis and stuff? I can't answer that question. Probably not, because it's mass-produced. But at the end of the day, we get one life. Enjoy this car, enjoy your C7, enjoy any Corvettes you actually have, and don't worry about depreciation, because at the end of the day, it's all about enjoying what you actually have in your possession right now. So with that question, I honestly can't answer, but what are your thoughts? Do you actually think that the C8 Mid Engine Corvette will hold its value, or you're really not concerned about it and you just want to enjoy the car as well? Here's another popular question. Does the C8 Corvette sit lower than the C7 Corvette? From looking at the C8 Corvette a few times compared to the C7 Corvette, yes. As you all know, I currently own a C7 Corvette Grand Sport, which I absolutely do love, and I can't wait to show it to all of you across the world in person once the channel grows. But yes, I do believe the C8 Mid Engine Corvette sit lower than my C7. I do feel like I get out a little bit easier out of the C8 Mid Engine Corvette than I do my C7. I don't know why, even though the C8 does sit lower to the ground. As far as you all that sat in the C7 and the C8, which one you actually feel better sitting in? Do one feel better than the other? Do you think they both feel the same? Leave your comments down below. So this is a question that I get a lot in the email section. Do I believe the C8 Corvette will have tons of issues? My true honest opinion, any car that's man-made will come with issues. Let me give you my personal experience. I own a C7 Corvette. The only thing that I've had go wrong in my C7 Corvette is a catalytic converter. I have another friend of mine who also owns a C7. He has tons of transmission issues, and GM actually decided to replace his transmission. We both own the same car. We both own Grand Sports. They both the same year. It could be that I may drive mine not as hard as he do, but these cars are meant to be driven hard. So at the end of the day, I've met Corvette Grand Sport owners who have not had any issues. I met Corvette Z06 owners who have not had any issues either. So it just all depends on which car you honestly get off the assembly line that day. That's my true honest opinion. Not all parts come perfect. There are some faulty parts when they're installed inside of your car, some faulty parts that are installed in your computer, inside your TVs, and that's just how it is. Which is one thing that they call, that a lot of people love to talk about, is a warranty. Now here's just a personal question from me to you all. Have you not subscribed to the channel yet? I would definitely love to have you. Like I said before, this will teach you how to subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. We have a great community. I love each and every one of you who have currently subscribed to the channel, that supported me, that watched all the ads, and definitely click all the videos. I mean, you guys mean the world to me, and you are the reason why I do this. And once again, I totally don't make a lot of money doing this. I'm not one of those YouTubers that make a crap ton of money and show it off. I don't make it. I do this because I really enjoy being around you all and seeing your faces in person. So the next question is kind of like a popular question. I get it, but I don't really get it a lot, which is how many allocation does a dealership normally get? And that really depends on how many Corvettes they sold previously in the past, and there's more to it than just that. If you're still in the market for a C8 Mid Engine Corvette and you're looking for allocations, there are plenty of dealerships out there that definitely have allocations for them. You may have to go outside of your comfort zone, like your state or what the case may be, to go look for those allocations. I personally cannot tell you right now how many dealerships out there that actually have allocations for a C8 Mid Engine Corvette. I will say, if you actually get an allocation right now for a C8 Mid Engine Corvette, you probably won't get your car in the first wave. So that'll be okay as long as you get a C8 Corvette in general. Now here is a question that I get asked a lot, a crap ton a lot. Does the C8 Corvette truly comes with tons of trunk space? Now tons of trunk space can mean different to each and every one of us. Let me give you a perfect example. My C7 Corvette has plenty of space for me. Looking at the C8 Mid Engine Corvette, it has the front and the trunk. And I personally believe those are enough space for me because I don't really carry much of my C7 Corvette anyways. Like when I travel across the country, I usually trailer it, or if I drive somewhere locally, I usually put little things in the back. It may not be enough space for everyone else who tends to want to go out of town. I think the trunk and the front space will literally vary depending on who you are. If you're a person that literally travels out of town and takes a lot of things with you, then it might not be enough space for you. I do know that Chevrolet goal was to make sure you're able to get 2 golf bags in the front and 1 in the back. I think that's what they said, but don't quote me on that. I could be completely wrong, so I'm just throwing it out there. But either way, their goal is to make sure that they built, luggages where you're able to still completely fit all this inside of the Corvette. When I was at the dealership, I saw a bunch of luggage, like your laptop bag, your suitcase bag, and another bag. And their plan was to somehow get all this luggage into the car to prove to you that you're able to take on more that this car can pretty much handle if you think that. But at the end of the day, like I said before, regarding trunk space, it varies depending on person to person. I also want to throw this out there. If you hadn't had a chance to actually follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, or follow me on Twitter, those are definitely important things. With those things in your hands, you will get updates about my YouTube channel and my trips and travels early in advance. I do post on those things very regularly. So definitely follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter right now so you can get all the updates that I possibly give out before it goes on YouTube. Because YouTube, you have to actually make the video. With those things, you can just post it right away so it comes directly to you all. Now, I want to be in touch with y'all the most I possibly can, because as you all know, I try to respond back to messages and emails, things like that, as soon as I can possibly get them. And if I have time to respond back, I will do so. If not, I would definitely get back to you as soon as possible. But I want to post this picture here. What do you all think about this limousine C7 Corvette? I think it looks pretty cool. I would definitely take a ride in it. I don't know how much horsepower it is, whether it's a Stingray Grand Sport 06, but I thought it was a pretty cool looking thing to show. Once again, if you would like to send me your pictures of your cars in your C8 Mid Engine Corvette videos online, all my information at the end of this video. Definitely please support the channel, you all. I do have some awesome merch that I would love to you all to have some of that in your hands. So my website and all that stuff is at the end of this video, and I love each and every one of you. And once again, thank you all for support. And all my contact information is at the end of this video.